Hello Green River, this is Quick Tips with eLearning. Today I'm sharing some tips about giving students feedback on assignments. Giving effective and quality feedback to students is one of the main ways to improve student learning. However, it is also something that can negatively affect learning if done poorly. Let's focus first on what effective feedback is not. Effective feedback is not advice. Wiggins suggests that feedback is objective and tangible, not a judgment. These initial observations are what you use to give advice. If you find you're writing advice, work backwards to what you're basing your advice off of and describe that to students. Effective feedback is not evaluation or grades. This is giving students a value judgment with little actionable information to improve, such as you got a B-. Effective feedback is not praise or punishment, such as great job or you missed the mark. While this may be a starting point, continue on to be more specific as to what they did to measure up to the goal or not. All right, let's move into what effective feedback is. Effective feedback is respectful. Be aware of the student, their learning, the type of assessment, and don't give too much or useless feedback. Reach out and have a conversation with a student if you feel it is needed. Effective feedback is ongoing. Feedback is a conversation between the instructor and the student. Keep notes on how each student is progressing and connect what you're seeing and place it in front of the student. Wiggins also suggests that students need ways of practicing their skills and knowledge so that they can get feedback and improve. Effective feedback is actionable. Stegner states that involving students in the learning process cannot be understated. Giving students specific actions they can take to improve one or two specific things is extremely helpful to students, especially when it is about skills they will continue to use and improvement will support their long-term learning. Effective feedback is specific. Kirshner and Neeling say that novice learners need specifics on what they are doing and how to improve, while advanced learners may do better with hints and questioning, helping them find the answer on their own. Either way, be specific in your observations and questions. Hattie and Timperley suggest the feedback and the assignment should include clear goals and where the student is in relation to those goals. Effective feedback is timely. All of the sources I used suggested the longer you wait to give feedback, the smaller effect that feedback will have for the student's learning. Getting feedback to students that will help them improve on the next assessment or in resubmitting a draft is crucial. As you can see, I've made an acronym for effective feedback, ROAST. You'll remember it because it isn't what you're supposed to do when you give students effective feedback. Here are the sources I used. Additionally, links to these resources are provided in the description of the YouTube video.